Level 1, the raw material worker. You wake up at 4:30 in the morning. The sky is still dark. Your wife is already awake, making rice over a small fire. You dress in clothes that have been patched so many times, the original fabric is hard to identify. You walk 2 miles to the mine. The mine has been here for 40 years. Your father worked here. His father worked here. You descend into a tunnel that was dug by hand a generation ago. The air is thick with dust. The lights are dim and flickering. You swing a pick at a wall of rock for 10 hours. You are extracting cobalt. You don't know what cobalt is used for. Nobody has ever explained it to you. You just know that the bags of ore you fill get weighed at the end of the day. A man you have never met sets the price per kilo. The price changes every week, and never in your favor. Your lungs hurt. They have hurt for years. The cough started when you were 22. You are 34 now. You know what the cough means. You have seen it before. You have buried cousins who had the same cough. You keep mining because there is no other work in this region. The cobalt you extract will travel thousands of miles. It will pass through a dozen hands before it ends up in a phone battery, in a city you will never see. A teenager in that city will drop their phone on a sidewalk and be annoyed. They will never think about you. You don't resent them. You don't have the energy to resent anyone. You have a quota to meet. You swing the pick again. The wall gives up a little more ore. You fill another bag. The day stretches on. At the end of your shift, you walk back up to the surface. The sun is setting. You hand your bags to the buyer. He weighs them on a scale that everyone knows is rigged. He pays you in cash. The cash has already been discounted for transport fees that you never agreed to. You walk home in the fading light. Your wife is waiting at the door. She does not ask how your day was. She already knows. She already knows. You eat rice and a small piece of dried fish. The fish is a good day. Most days, there is no fish. Your youngest daughter climbs into your lap. She is 4 years old. She does not yet understand what the mine is. You hope she never has to understand. You sleep on a mat on the floor. Tomorrow, you will do it again. Next year, you will do it again. Until the cough gets bad enough that you can't. Level 2, the factory worker. You work at an electronics assembly plant in a coastal city in southern China. The building is enormous. It houses 30,000 workers. You live in a dormitory on the 5th floor with 7 other women. You have 1 shelf each for your belongings. The beds are stacked 3 high. The room smells like sweat and cheap soap. Your shift starts at 7 in the morning. You stand at a conveyor belt for 10 hours. Your job is to install one specific component into a circuit board. You have done this specific task for 3 years. Your hands move before your mind does. The line moves fast. If you fall behind, the whole line falls behind. If the whole line falls behind, your supervisor screams at you. If the supervisor screams too often, you get demoted to a worse station. There is always a worse station. You get 2 bathroom breaks per shift. You get 30 minutes for lunch. You eat in a cafeteria that serves the same food every day. Rice, a vegetable, a small piece of meat. You never finish your meal because you have to get back to the line. The factory produces components that will be assembled into finished products somewhere else. You never see the finished product. You have installed the same part 4 million times in your life. You have never held the device it ends up inside. Your paycheck is deposited into a bank account every 2 weeks. Most of the money goes home to your parents in the village. They are raising your daughter. You have not seen her in 11 months. You video call her on weekends. She is 7 years old now. She calls your mother mama because your mother is the one who raises her. You pretend this doesn't hurt. The managers want more output every quarter. Every quarter, the quotas increase. You work faster. You work through minor injuries. You work when you are sick because unpaid sick days mean you can't send money home. This is the arrangement. Everyone in the building has some version of this arrangement. You don't complain. Complaining doesn't do anything. A woman 2 bunks over tried to complain last year. She wanted better ventilation in the paint section. She wrote a letter and gathered signatures from 30 other workers. Her contract was not renewed the next month. The rest of you learned the lesson. You just work. The years pass faster than you expect. You have become part of the machine. Level 3, the truck driver. You drive an 18-wheeler across long routes that stretch from coast to coast. Your truck is your home. You have slept in the cab more nights than in any bed. Your wife calls. Your kids text. You answer when you can pull over. You have missed birthdays. You have missed anniversaries. You have missed a funeral because the dispatcher said you couldn't be spared. You have missed a funeral. You haul containers from the port to the inland distribution centers. Sometimes it is Savannah. Sometimes it is Newark. You have been to all of them 100 times. You know which gates are slow and which guards are friendly. Everything inside the container is somebody else's problem. Your problem is getting the container from point A to point B on time. The GPS tracks you. The dispatcher knows where you are every minute. If you stop for too long, a message comes through. Status update required. You log your hours. You are supposed to drive no more than 11 hours a day. Everyone bends this rule. The companies push you to bend it. The customers expect the deliveries to arrive on schedules that require bending it. You bend it. You drink coffee. You chew gum. You listen to audiobooks and talk radio and old country music to stay awake. You stop at truck stops where you know the waitresses by name. You eat diner food at 2 in the morning. Your back hurts. Your knees hurt. Your knees hurt. You are overweight because the only food available on the road is bad food. You have been diagnosed with high blood pressure and early diabetes. You take pills for both. You can't remember the last time you saw your doctor in person. The loads you carry are worth more than you will make in 10 years. Electronics, pharmaceuticals, luxury goods, industrial equipment. If something goes wrong, if you are hijacked, or if the container is damaged, the insurance covers it. You don't own any of it. You are just the person who makes it move. You are just the person who makes it move. You pull into a warehouse at 6 in the morning. A forklift operator you have never met unloads the container in 20 minutes. You sign paperwork. You drive to the next pickup. The dispatcher is already loading your phone with the next assignment. A load of refrigerated pharmaceuticals heading to Dallas. The delivery window is tight. You will not sleep well tonight. You rarely sleep well anymore. The cycle continues for 300 days a year. You are 51 years old. Your retirement is a vague concept. You try not to think about it. You try not to think about it. You know drivers who died behind the wheel. Heart attacks, strokes, accidents at 3 in the morning. Their trucks were back on the road within a week. Somebody else behind the wheel. The freight did not care. Level 4, the samurai. You run a distribution center in a suburb of a Midwestern city. The building is the size of 14 football fields. It employs 600 people across 3 shifts. You are responsible for all of it. You arrive at 5 in the morning and leave at 7 in the evening. Your day is a constant stream of problems. A worker called in sick. A forklift broke down. A shipment arrived damaged. A customer is threatening to cancel their contract. The regional manager wants to know why productivity dropped 2% last week. You handle it. You have been handling it for 9 years. Your workers are mostly temporary staff hired through agencies. They come in for 3 months, 6 months, a year. They quit or they are fired and new workers replace them. You barely learn their names before they are gone. The job is physically brutal. Workers walk 15 miles a day inside the building. They lift heavy boxes. They bend and twist and climb and crouch. Injuries are common. You process injury reports every week. You investigate each one to determine whether it qualifies for workers' compensation. The company prefers that it doesn't. You have learned how to write reports that protect the company. You are not proud of this. You are managing an inventory of 80,000 different items across 1 million square feet. Everything is tracked by computer. Scanners beep constantly. Algorithms determine the most efficient paths through the warehouse. The algorithms push workers to move faster every year. The productivity numbers keep going up. The injury numbers also keep going up. Nobody in corporate asks about the connection.